My top, Tampa Bay, let's roll. It's game day. Rays on the diamond, bolts in the sky, Bucs on the goal line, Bulls ride or die. From the tailgate talk to the bright field glow, you know where to go. It's the JP Peterson Show.
Yeah, it is. Getting one last text in here. Trying to find out what's going on with the documents. What's going on with the documents? What's up, kids? How are you? Our final day at the noon to 2 time slot, which I have to say I think has been wildly successful in terms of getting content.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hello again, IndyCar Tim. How are you, my friend?
Been wildly successful in terms of me not being hungover when I do the show.
Cheers to that, right? I don't know if that's good or bad, though.
Mm-hmm. You're waking up for a 9 a.m. local time show and just coming off my Jägermeister high and then having to refill it with, more Jaeger. It's rough, man.
It's a body chemistry battle every day. I know. It's terrible. Yeah, I understand. We got. I don't know if it's breaking news, but Vita Vea just talked over at One Buck Place. So funny. The first question had to come from our boy. I was like, he beat me to it. Right from the back, leading camp from Joe Bucks fans. Like, how's your back? He's like, back is fine. It's a little tight.
The miracle cure, man. A new contract is a miracle cure.
Your wallet's so fat that your back's feeling a little tight. That's what's going on there. And I asked him, I was like, this was just business, right? He goes, it's just business. And then somebody asked him, did you actually ask for a trade? He goes, I don't know.
I don't know, did I?
He goes, I don't know. I mean,
I have to ask my agent.
I mean, I'm so glad that we never bought into this as like, oh my God, Vita Vea is asking for a trade. Oh, he doesn't like it here. No. Veteran savvy move. Get out of training camp while they hammer out your deal. Now, there may have been, I think there's probably a little bit of a disagreement as to the length of the contract, but he was never, as I've said from the very beginning, he was never going to miss a game check. Yeah. That was never going to happen. And the Bucs weren't trading him. That wasn't going to happen. So all's well that ends well. We'll hear from.
I saw some troll on the TikTok a couple nights ago, JP, a Chicago Bears fan that I follow just for the sole purpose of making fun of him, because I make fun of all Bears fans, because for all the delusion that Cowboys fans get accused of, I think Chicago Bears fans fall into that same delusion. So he had posted a thing. It was a very nicely done graphic that he spent time on making and producing that had Vita Vea and Max Crosby in a Bears uniform with Caleb Wilson behind him like Jesus. And he said, this is our 2026. It's a reality. You guys buy in. It's happening.
Right.
Like it was a done deal. And then everybody in the comments, like, I had to go look at Adam Schefter's Twitter account to see if this was real, and I'm like, you guys are all idiots. All of y'all are idiots.
As we played that yesterday in the second half of Schefter's going on the on the Pat McAfee show. Sources tell me that there's getting close, that it has now gone from Vita Vea wanting a trade to there being a window of opportunity here for him to stay with the Buccaneers. Oh. And you watching this press conference today, which you guys will watch, we got some clips for you. You'll just be like, yeah, this was never going to be a trade. And I saw these reports were all over. You're right. It was like, oh, he's going to be traded here. He's going to be traded there. I'm like, he ain't getting traded. There's no way he's getting traded. Oh, remember the Micah Parsons trade? They're going to give up 2 number 1. Like, what are you people talking about? Golly.
By the way, if you ever want to, for all of you Petermans, if you have friends that are Bears fans and you ever want to troll a Bears fan, just do what I do, my go-to. Y'all don't need anything until you go get a quarterback first. Boom. Right. Then you start the argument, and they're like, what are you talking about, future Hall of Famer? I'm like, whatever.
So anyway, we'll get into the Vita Vea stuff. We got Rays to get to. A little interesting game last night. Lots of moves with the Rays. We got a lot of things going back and forth. As usual, Timmy, a lot of shit I do not understand. When I literally just read a few minutes ago that Roycroft is coming back. What? Like, on what planet? The dude is a 7.36 ERA. He's given up 6 home runs in like 3 innings. This guy is terrible. We don't have anybody in the minor. We have the best minor league system in baseball, but we don't have anybody better than Roycroft. Somebody explain that to me. And when would you ever want to put him in a game? You could just put, who do we know it would go to? Who's our go-to utility player that we go to is it Palacios? Forgetting that we go to just throw knuckleballs or floaters. It's the same thing. I mean, the dude's awful, but we'll get into that as well. We also got Cam Johnson talking today, which I thought was kind of fun. We had some fun with Cam Johnson, so we'll show that to you. Benjamin Morrison, BMO walked over to the assembled media. Did not get hurt as he walked over to the assembled media. I don't think
have a hammy or something.
What's funny, it's really funny, is that he was being coached up by the PR department for a good 3 or 4 minutes before coming over to us. I was like, just tell him that it ain't Philadelphia. Thank God. It ain't New York. We're a bunch of softies over here. Nobody's going to hurt you. Nobody's going to kill you. Like, nobody's going to be like in Philly, they'd be like, what the hell's your problem? You can't get on the goddamn field. Are you ever going to play football here in Philly? No, we don't do that. I'm just like, hey, how you feeling? What are you dealing with? You know, just very nice polite conversation. You know, he was great. He's just, he's very frustrated that he can't be on the field. And as Ronnie Barber once said, there are guys who are injured and there's guys who play. And he's in that first category. But hopefully, he is a very talented player. And if he gets his shit together, he could be a really, really good player. And we forget all the time, I was watching Ronnie Barber's show, by the way. Gruden was on with him. It's a must watch on your YouTube. Go check that out. Ronde's just like, you have to, guys, you got to be out there getting reps. And this young man just hasn't been able to get on the field. And Ronde reminded everyone, I was terrible my first year. I didn't even deserve to make the team. And thank God, because I was a 3rd round pick, they had to keep me.
Yeah.
But, Morrison had probably a better first year. Well, not probably, he had a better first year than Ronde did. I ain't saying he's turning into Ronde Barber. That is not what we're saying. And that's not what Ronde's saying. What we're saying is, it doesn't really matter how you start. The first year can be rough. It takes some guys a while to really get used to the grind of the NFL. And hopefully he's past that. So we'll hear BMO talk here in just a little bit. And we want to get into this madness that is the NCAA players playing in NFL games now and possibly heading back to college. I mean, in what world is that a thing? This world that we're living in right now, this alternate college football universe that we're living in. Now, I'm not going to take the usual road that every other sports talk guy is going to take, and that's, oh my God, this is ridiculous, horrible. How could you let these guys do that? They're disgusting. No, I'm going to take a very curious tact on this and ask a lot of questions. I've been asking a lot of questions over the last 24 hours of people. And here's what I've come up with, Timmy. Nobody has any answers. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. And nobody knows what lawsuits are going to be filed by the NCAA. Can they win? Can they not win? Are these guys going back into the portal? They've got their injunction. What's Jack Pyburn going to do? I think it's a fascinating discussion. So we'll get into that as well.
I've got a local kind of thing that we'll be watching, and you guys will probably see it too. Don't SMU and Florida State play this year?
Mm-hmm.
So you're aware that
week 2,
former 8-year MLB veteran Jordan Adams has enrolled at SMU to play football, to play wide receiver.
Oh, that's right.
So
this kind of happened during the summer, right?
Yeah, it's not NFL to college football, but it's MLB to college football. Yeah. Guy was a blue chip out of North Carolina, but he signed with the Angels, rather than play college football. So he still has his eligibility left, and under the new rules, there's no such thing as an amateur anymore. So, he's signed on. He's in camp right now with the Mustangs, and he'll make the team.
Do you think he'll be a factor? Maybe later in the season?
Yeah. I mean, he's probably a lot more. What his conditioning clearly is probably better than any of the guys on the team right now, right? I mean,
right,
played in MLB for 8 years. But I don't know, man. We'll see. It's just talk about a man among boys. I mean, we literally have that here.
Yeah, and I don't want to get into it right now, but the Pyburn thing is fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. And we're going to ask the question, what would you do? We're going to lay it all out for you guys, and then what would your decision be? And I'll give you a little teaser on me. I'm going back to college. Screw the NFL.
Yeah.
Come on. You were, back to school, Rodney Dangerfield, old school. Yeah. And those guys didn't make half the money that this guy's going to make. Yeah. Especially LSU. You want to go play in front of 100,000 people in the SEC for Lane Kiffin and packed stadiums every night, sit on the bench as a practice squad player in the NFL? Like, is there even a choice here? No. Anyway, we'll get to all that. Let's begin though with Vita Vea. Vita got his contract done last night. We put out an emergency pod on that for you. I hope you caught that. Our members got it first. So if you want to be a VI Peterman, that's the kind of stuff you get. It's exciting. It's really exciting when you get that notification in your email box. Oh, we got a members only video.
Yeah. You can see this.
And they're up to is Ashley in it? Hopefully. No, sorry. Just me.
That is a different subscription level that you have yet to get to start
getting going to cost you
your videos.
A hell of a lot more money. It'll be worth it, but it'll cost you a hell of a lot more money.
And if you don't pay for the subscription levels, what you get is me in your videos. So there you go. How about that? This shirt can come off. I'm not going to lie.
Is that a threat or a promise?
The threat.
Oh my God. Oh, I hope she's watching and laughing. She's going to text me here in a minute. I told you I should be going. No, not doing OnlyFans. Listen.
Only Petermans.
Only Petermans. No, this is funny today, quite frankly. When Vita was asked if he asked for a trade, I don't know. Did I? It was nothing more than a negotiating ploy. And, let me just give you a little bit of, let's just get right to it. And you guys can watch. I'm trying to get to the very first one.
They're in numerical order up there. So,
okay, hopefully this will be the first one.
Yeah.
You?
How is your back?
Huh?
How is your back?
My back?
How's your back?
It's a little tight, but it's feeling good right now.
Yeah, how difficult was it to go through this process? I know the agent said you wanted to be traded, and then you ultimately ended up staying here. I'm guessing that was your preference, is to remain with the Bucs.
I always wanted to be a Buck, and I wanted to be a Buck for life. So I'm glad that we were able to get this done. This is something that happens every year. Just so happened to be me this year. But there's just stuff that we both had to figure out on both sides, and we got it all squared away. So I'm happy we can put that all behind us and move forward from here on out.
It was reported that you asked for a trade. Was that report accurate?
I don't know. It's all behind us now.
Is this part of the business?
Yeah, this is all part of the business. I got drafted here. I made my home. I made Tampa my home. I love it here. The guys on the team are like brothers to me. We look at each other as family. So I didn't want to leave that behind and switch teams and get traded. So that was never the end goal for me. I always wanted to be here.
Peter, Jason Light said a couple of weeks ago that he didn't have any plans to trade. Were you always confident that this was going to work out?
Yeah, that's one. I'm the type of person I am. I'm always I'm a big optimistic type of guy. So I always err on the side of optimism, and I had a good feeling that we get something done.
Well, you've been out there watching, especially all these new guys with Bain and everybody. How excited are you to be part of that?
I'm really excited. I think we have a few new pieces in our room in the D line, and then obviously in the outside back room. Just seeing those guys and just being able to get close to them and pick everybody's brain. It feels good to just feel the camaraderie of everybody. It definitely, what I've seen so far, it's definitely exciting to be a part of this. I think we have something special here, especially in our room. So you definitely feel that when you're out there in practice watching these guys and hearing or feeling the energy that they bring to every day in practice. So it definitely feels good on my side to be able to be a part of that and be able to contribute.
Sorry. It appears you're in really good shape, but then there's football shape. So what's the process?
Yeah, he's in really good shape. He's ready to go. He's not going to play this week. Probably won't play next week. Maybe you might see him a little bit in the joint practices in Jacksonville, but I don't think they're in any hurry whatsoever to get him in there. You know, they want to take a look at some of these other guys. They got some hard choices to make along the defensive line. So he's a known quantity. He knows the defense. There's really no reason for him to even go to the joint practices, quite frankly. He'll go, but I don't think he'll participate. So he's ready to go. We got lots more Vita. We'll bring it to you in the second hour of the show because I want to get to some of these other things. But bottom line, JP,
because I'm not going to be around for the second hour of the show, obviously. But real quick on Vita Vea, I have two questions for you.
Yes, sir.
Number one, Rick postulated in the comments here that Vita Vea was wearing those meta glasses, recording all of the reporters during the press conference. Number one, how cool would that be if we had that video and audio from the player standpoint in a press conference?
Were those meta glasses?
No, I don't think they were. I think he was probably joking, but I mean, maybe they were. I don't know, but it was funny, and I think I would love to see that. Like, I would love to see that. Number two, we talk about the hold ins versus the holdouts, right? The hold in is kind of the new thing now, where you're there, you're present, but you're not doing anything, and then you have to make up an injury excuse why you're not out there when everybody literally knows why you're not out there. Case in point, right, with Vita Vea and the back thing. Would you rather just a guy not be there rather than doing the hold in? Like, does it make more of a point if you're not there, or is it really a show of good faith for the player to be there, just not doing anything? Like, what would you prefer?
I want him there. Because even Vita made I don't want to say a big deal, but he made a point today to say that he wanted to be there and
right,
help out the other guys. And he was constantly talking to the young guys. You could see it. And also picking up on new things and nuances and be around and get all the mental reps and do all those things. I think it was very important to him. The camaraderie of the group is something that's really, really important to Vita. You could tell. So I'd much rather them be there. I like these hold-in things. The holdouts just seem to be silly, to be quite frank, because there was never any animosity here at all towards the organization. I mean, you could see Jason Light would be out there talking to him. He'd be, cutting it up with Bowles, like the other day when Baker said Vita's not in yet, so we knew there was it's kind of a foregone conclusion that he was coming back at some point. And it was just kind of the most contrived, we want to trade deal ever. I mean, it just, because everybody knows Vita loves it here, but I did see articles. Oh, he wants to go to the West Coast and but he wants to go play out West. He wants to go play here. And I'm like, I don't know where, and this is just all agent stuff, right? This is how the business works. The agents go to reporters and they say, hey, Vita wants a trade. And then the reporter runs with it and it's like, oh my God, Vita Vea wants a trade. He doesn't want to be here anymore. No, Vita wants more money. And he was definitely due more money. I mean, you heard Scott Reynolds and I talking about this weeks and weeks ago. That they'll probably give him a bump, and he didn't necessarily think that they would guarantee the next year. I'm on the long end of this. I would try to sign him for 3 years. I'd guarantee him 3 years instead of just the 2. I'd add an extra year because I think he's a dominant player. But they'll just deal with that like they did with Sue, and probably go to year after. He'll be age 33 by that time. Because he knows the team loves him, and he knows the team will treat him like they did in Ndamukong Suh. They will pay him well to do what he has to do, commensurate to his production. If he has a good year this year, maybe they'll add another year. So we'll see. But I was never as you know, we said it every day. He ain't missing game checks. He's not going anywhere. They're not going to trade him. So all is well that ends well. And by the way, the contract deals, if you haven't heard, he's getting an extra 6 this year to get him to 24, which I think it's almost the number we constantly were saying. Was it not, Timmy?
Yeah.
And then 24 guaranteed for next year. So I think that's a very fair deal for
Some
him.
people were saying closer to 30, and I thought that was a little out of whack.
Well, he's worth that. I mean, guys that are not as good as him, in my opinion, are getting 30. So that's why I think this is really good for both. He could have been a real dick here and said, I want 30 because he's worth it. And that's what other guys are getting paid. I think 24, frankly, he's underpaid. You could talk about his age, but until I see a decline, and I have not seen it, his last 2 years have been his best years of his career. So that's, to me, it's I think he's going to be extremely productive this year and next year. But I think it's a really good compromise. I think the Bucs got a great deal on a player, and I think Vita probably took a little less, and that's good. That's good. He gets more money, so it's all good.
Do you think this is his last deal? You think he retires after this? Because it's only 2 more years, right? So are we going to go through this again next offseason when he's only got a year left?
No, I think he'll play out. I don't think so. But again, it kind of depends on how he plays. If he has another great year, I think the Bucs, he wants to do it again. Well, maybe we will go through this next year. But bottom line is he's not going to go anywhere. And maybe next year when his agent comes out and says, he wants to trade, we'll all just kind of laugh and go, all right, what are we just going to sit out a little bit of training camp and then we'll get a deal done? Well, that's what's going to happen. So, but the bottom line is having Vita is just a total game changer. It's a total game changer. I saw Alex Anzalone tweet out a celebratory meme. Vita's coming back because, I'm like Pro Bowl incoming because, how good of a year is he going to have playing linebacker behind Vita Vea and Yaya and Cansey and Ashawn and Elijah Robert. This defensive line is freaking stacked. We went over it yesterday. I did a video for Pewter Report about it, playing with or without Vita, and now it's going to be with. But with Vita, they're just, I asked BMO about that today, Benjamin Morrison, defensive back. It's like, being with Vita back, your ability to rush 4 and, have 7 of you guys back there, how much he's like, yeah, man, we can eat now. You can take more chances, because you got more guys back there. You can jump more routes. When you only have 5 guys back because you're blitzing, you got to play safer. You got to make the tackle because there's not 2 more guys coming to the rescue in case you miss the tackle or miss the play. You got 7 guys back there. You got help. So you can take more chances in the defensive backfield, create more turnovers. So that's, that rushing 4 thing and getting pressure is a complete game changer. Now with Vita, I think it's way more possible than, say, Ashawn. Vita's a game changer. He's top 2, 3 in the game. So good to have him back. All right. Benjamin Morrison, 2nd round pick, has been, oft injured, on and off the field last year. Sometimes when he played last year, it wasn't so great. He had a rough first year, and a lot was expected of him. And this entire preseason, these OTAs, he's been absent, like MIA. It's very frustrating for the coaches, and the Bucs need him. The Bucs need him desperately to play well and step up into his 2nd round potential. Because the kid, when he plays, is really, really good. Not at the NFL level yet, but he can be really good. And it's just frustrating for him not to be out there. Zion, by the way, was back out there as well. So I think we'll see probably, Zion's not going to play this week. Vols already said that. BMO did not. He wasn't sure whether he's going to play this week. But the bottom line is the Bucs need him to play well to be a really good defense. So let's just play a little bit of him, his opening comments, and I ask him what's going on.
How you doing? Ben, how you feeling? Has it been frustrating not being able to be out here as much as you want?
Yeah, this is a game I love. The game I grew up playing since I was like 6 years old. When I miss those snaps and those times out here, you just appreciate it more when you come back. But yeah, it's frustrating. It's just you want to do what you love, and when it's taken from you on a consistent basis, it sucks. But it just builds character.
What are you dealing with physically?
I mean, we're just ramping up right now. The team has a great plan for me. So, I mean, the biggest thing is trusting them. And that's what Bobby's been relaying in my ears, trust the process. So since day one of camp, they've had a very methodical plan laid out for me. Some days you want to do a little more. But, I mean, you got to trust the process, and it got me where I'm at right now, out there feeling great. So just taking it all in, appreciating even more. So, yeah.
Benjamin, you were out here today in team drills. How'd that feel for you? And then do you think there's any kind of availability for you Saturday night?
Yeah, it felt great. I still TBD, talking with them, what's the best plan, as we said. I mean, we're taking it day by day. I mean, this is the best I've felt in a while.
Saturday.
And they've done a great job with my body. I'm in a great headspace, mental space. I'm just excited for what is to come, and just thanking God through it all.
Are you concerned at all about falling behind with everyone else getting reps?
No, I'm not concerned. I mean, just the competitor in you obviously wants to be out there. And like everyone knows, there's a difference from being out there, those game reps, those flying bullets. You got to make decisions. And you kind of see what you're made of. So, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be at my best at day one, but that's the beauty about the process. And I think that's just what I've been honing in on. Just I may not be there day one, but eventually I'm going to get there. And I'm going to stay when I get there.
Who have you been leaning on throughout kind of all this?
Yeah, my faith has been huge for me, because, I mean, like you guys know, it's frustrating. I don't plan on getting injured. I don't plan on when to get hurt. But that's just the way the chips have fallen. But I think the person I've had to become, the man I've had to become, the husband I've had to become through all of this, I mean, it's just changed my perspective. And it made me appreciate this even more. But I think another guy's is Vita. I've been able to lean on him a lot. He's been someone who's really taken the time to ask questions. I can lean on him and ask him things. And then my parents. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what matters most, your close circle, and they've helped me a lot.
When you say day one, do you mean week one or any day?
What do you mean?
You referenced day one. You may not be ready day one. Did you mean week
No. I was talking about day one of camp. I'm not going to be where everyone else is at, because he asked me, I forget. He asked me about falling behind. Yeah, falling behind. And I was talking about day one of camp. So, yeah.
What do you think when you heard the news of Vita signing?
Oh, I was stoked. I mean, it's well deserved. I mean, he's a staple of this team. This dude has put his blood, sweat, and tears into his organization, and I'm just happy that it got done, and we got a great player back.
We don't see that side of him all the time. You mentioned he helped you out.
Yeah.
So in what ways does he be able to do that?
I mean, just an ear to talk to. I think in a lot of in the world we live in, it could be a lot of in one ear out the other. Yeah. But to really have someone who really cares about you, I mean, that's why he's a captain. And I mean, I dream to be in a position that he's in. So I mean, I just respect him so much as a man, and as a person. So just understand that he always says, tough times don't last. And I've just held on to that. I believe it. I mean, this is just a small time in my long life, and I'm gonna take every opportunity that comes my way and run with it.
You overcame similar injuries last year. You didn't have a training camp benefit of that.
Yeah.
But you did play.
Yeah.
What did you learn from the experience you had out there playing?
I think the importance of mental reps. I think last year I was young, I was naive, and coming out of college, it's more physical. It's more physical. It's mainly I line up across from the dude and I'm physically better than you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And now it's everyone in the league is good. So it's how can I, even though I'm not on the field, but how can I still gain these reps off the field? And that's where I feel the biggest jump for me was this year coming to camp. Like I said, still getting to where I want to be, but I feel like I've been able to keep up just off of the mental side of the game. Right. And now my mind is there and I'm getting the body back.
By the way, that's the jug machine in the background, bitching. So it sounds like a lot of. Thank God they let us go inside to do the Vita Vea thing. That'll be the last outside press conference we have, I think, for training camp. But
and you heard it there. Place for this, right? And we haven't figured out why they were doing this outside.
Literally 10 feet away and a wall away from where we were they must have a good reason. But I'm glad they moved the Vita thing inside, because I was like, are we going to bring the lawn guy in with the weed whacker so he can stand in the back so we feel more comfortable? No, it's all good. Vita, I mean, Benjamin Moore, so you could see there's a lot of word salad is very negative connotation. I get it. But it just feels like he's really frustrated. And you could tell he's a very cerebral guy. it's almost like you feel like he's overthinking it, but you can never really be critical of a guy with injuries, even though we kind of are with him. It's not, we're not being critical. It's just frustrating. I think it's frustrating for fans, you know, you expect so much from a guy and he just can't get on the field. It's part of it. You know, it's a collision sport. It's a very physical sport. And some guys he has 2 genetically effed up hips that he had to have fixed. And I think that's constantly going to give him issues with hamstrings. You know, I tried to ask and narrow down exactly what's going on with him, but he really didn't want to say. We hear it's hamstrings. Right. We don't know. But bottom line is, if he can't play and he can't run, then he can't play. So it is what it is. And hopefully they're figuring it out and he can get out there on a consistent basis. All right. Let's take a break. Come back on the other side. I am texting right now with Bill Carlson, Tampa City Council, about the documents. He said he hasn't seen them yet, but there were some motions made this morning to move things along. So I'm going to get some clarification on that. We'll talk about it on the other side with some Rays stuff. We got Cam Johnson as well. We're going to bring you more Bucs interviews, the Pyburn situation, all kinds of cool stuff coming your way. We are brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa, part of the Murphy Auto Group, who also has Miracle Toyota over in Haines City. So if you're looking for a Toyota, you're looking for a Genesis, I can speak to the Genesis. I got the GV70 about 3 months ago, and I could not be happier. We've done the service thing with the valet. They come and pick up your car and bring it back to you. That was fantastic. Can't say enough about the folks at Genesis of Tampa. They're making deals. They've been a dealership for about a year. They're going to build a big, beautiful one, but right now they're working in the old one. And what they're trying to do is sell cars, make great deals. So take advantage of this situation. They want to get more customers here, so they're going out of their way to make deals and make you a customer for life. It's Genesis of Tampa, 801 East Bears Avenue. They're doing the free gasoline thing, no payments for 90 days. Trust me, they will get you in a car at a great price and a great product. 801 East Bears Avenue, just off of 275, Genesis of Tampa. Back in 3. Well, we know there are roofing scammers everywhere. So for ultimate transparency, my friends at Pitch Roofing built something called the Pitch Partner Portal. And it is live right now at partner.pitchroofing.com. See, when you roof with Pitch, you're not just a customer, you are a partner. Every partner gets a private account. You can see your entire project in one place, where it stands, your documents, photos, your balance, and your team. You want an answer at 11 o'clock at night? It's all right there. They also built a free roofing calculator in-house on that same site, so you can get an estimate. And unlike these other websites, you don't have to talk to anyone if you don't want to, and they do not sell your information to other companies. You are never turned into a lead. It all stays with Pitch. Now, right now, the portal is open to all of their Tampa Bay area partners, and Delray Beach, Orlando, the Villages are coming soon. So if you've been thinking about your roof, start at pitchroofing.com or call 727-67-PITCH. That's 727-677-4824. Transparency right in your pocket. That, folks, is roofing done right.
Pitch roofing, roofing done right.
Spring means a time of renewal and Rays baseball, and the folks at Italiano Insurance want to welcome the Rays to Tampa and remind you it's time to renew those insurance policies with the now famous Italiano Insurance Checkup. Let the experienced and friendly agents shop your policy for the best price and coverage. Famous for saving me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year and over $500 on our homeowners. Now that's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Costs less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a big whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with the all-star agents at Italiano Insurance. 813-877-7799 or go to ItalianoInsurance.com. Go Rays! Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. From I do to I still do, the Golden Diamond Source is there for you at every special moment in your lives. Yes, I went shopping there for my engagement ring, and it's not actually family, but it sure feels like family with Julie and Steve Weintraub, great philanthropists here in the Tampa Bay area. They've been doing this business for over 40 years. Thousands of customers have bought that perfect ring at the Golden Diamond Source. No matter what your budget is, they will guide you through your first diamond purchase to upgrading your Golden Diamond Source diamond at 100% of its value for a bigger, better diamond. 100% of your diamond's value. You can't get that anywhere else. Enjoy their beautiful, relaxing bridal salon and select for the most extensive collection of diamond engagement rings anywhere. Wedding bands, anniversary rings, it's all there. Go see them at the Golden Diamond Source, 3800 Omerton Road, and please tell them JP sent you. Just over the bridge from Tampa Bay, it's the easiest place to shop for that perfect diamond. JP here for Genesis of Tampa, and as you know, I purchased a GV70, a 2023, about 3 months ago. Just had the service done, the valet service. They came here to the studio, picked up the car while I was doing the show, went and serviced it, brought it back like I never even knew it was gone. And if I needed it, they bring me a loaner as well. The service is absolutely incredible. The car, I've been driving it for a while, and I could not love it more. The performance, the luxury, the looks you get, it's pretty cool. It's the GV70. Right now, they have a lease starting at $329 for the GV70, at $369 for the bigger GV80. You've got to go test drive these cars, folks. I'm telling you, the value that you get for the money, it feels like the absolute top of the line, and it is, but it's a fraction of the cost. You got to go test drive them. Tell them JP sent you. 801 East Bears Avenue, just off of 275. You will not regret it. Genesis of Tampa.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance, soon to be AJ Gallagher Insurance. Same great local company, but you get all the resources of the big company, the options, which will help save you money. Get that deal. They come into your, they look at all your insurance stuff. It's the insurance checkup. They save you all the money, hundreds, thousands of dollars. You'll absolutely love it. Give them a call, 813-877-7799. All right, let's get back to it. You can always tell when I get distracted in the middle of a live read, can't you? Yeah, it just doesn't go well. Like, get out of my studio. Sorry.
Depends on what she looks like.
Get out of my studio. How bad the live read goes.
Yeah.
Directly correlated, right? Absolutely. Hey, we kind of missed one of the things I'll talk about in the second hour. When we hear Vita Vea talk about it, he did a passionate defense of Todd Bowles today. As passionate as Vita.
Yeah, I saw that on X.
Yeah, where he's like, it's not Bowles' fault. It's our fault. Blame the players. Okay, well then you guys sucked last year.
All right, let me do that. I'll get right on that.
Okay, Vita. Well, let me ask you then. Why the collapse?
Why'd you suck so bad?
Why'd you suck so bad? That was awful. No, but he obviously has a great relationship with Todd Bowles. In fact, he even said today if he doesn't want to play for anybody else. So if Todd were to go, he may not want to play anymore.
Maybe this is his final 2 years.
Now, he says that at the podium, but he's got $24 million guaranteed on the table, and they get a new coach. Let's see how far that goes. I think he'll probably change his tune. That's just me.
Hey, Vita, we've got Mike Tomlin coming in to coach next year. $24 million? I want to hang around?
I think I have the quote right here. If Todd so you're announcing your retirement today? Is that what I'm hearing? Don't think that's gonna happen.
Is it worth keeping Todd Bowles for 2 more years if it means Vita Vea stays?
Yeah. let's just put it. So maybe there's a lot of defensive guys that like Todd, maybe not as many offensive guys.
Maybe.
They all like him, by the way. They all love Todd. They probably get frustrated the way he manages games sometimes.
Right.
You know, when you're the defense giving up the 3rd and 28 and the 4th and 14.
4th and 14.
You're probably not as mad as maybe Mike Evans.
He's no longer here, by the way.
Just saying, that's right.
By the way, not really tearing it up in San Francisco either.
Well, those pants he's wearing ain't going to help. Did you see that?
Yeah, dealing with
short
injuries,
shorts.
Yes, I dig the short shorts. I wear those when I mow the lawn.
Yikes! California changes people, I guess.
Oh man, count his tattoos.
Yeah,
when he comes back,
he is so tatted up. Let me get to some of the comments here before we move on to some other stuff. I want to ignore you guys. We love you most. Rodney Reed says, just watch the city council and there will be a vote on the 27th and I will be there in person. All right, there you go. Yeah, I was texting with Carlson. I said, asked him if he'd seen the documents. He said probably tomorrow. And I asked him if that would be an issue. He didn't say it was. So they made 2 motions this morning. I guess one of them was to set the date for August 27th, as we told you yesterday they would be doing. So they did that. So the vote will be next Thursday, the 27th. I'm waiting to hear back from Ken Hagan. I'm trying to get him to come on tomorrow and find out when, now that the city has set their vote, when they are going to vote. So keeps rolling along, partner. Keeps rolling along.
Keep falling.
They certainly do.
In the right direction.
Closer and closer. And there's, typically, as you might predict, a lot of the usual suspects coming out, the J.C. Bradburys, other people on Twitter who are, for whatever reason, continue to oppose deals like this. And, I hope Bill Carlson and some of these other politicians who seem to be, they pay too much attention to social media, in my opinion. Look at the deal, judge its merits and vote. Don't worry about what people are saying on social media. It's warped. It's very warped. It's not an accurate depiction of where your constituents are. It's just a bunch of loud people with nothing else better to do in a lot of cases. Alejandro says, good afternoon, JP and the Petermans. What a great day for Tampa with the Rays winning last night against future Hall of Famer Max Scherzer. Bucs finally came to reality, extended Vita Vea. So overall, great day. Like the way Alejandro always wraps it up, doesn't he? He gets the whole deal going. Also, he reminds us he'll be at the game today, so I will give you guys live updated from the game stuff, and let's get another Rays win. Let's beat Shane Bieber and hope Seymour has another great outing for us. Let's go Rays. Yeah, keep us posted on the I think I'll put that right here on my laptop so I can watch the game. How about that?
Cheating.
Yeah. Not really. Wesley Wright says, hey, JP, good afternoon. Hey, go Bucs, go Rays. They got Vea signed finally. Do you think the city will vote to have the meeting next week? And what will keep them from doing it next week? It's done. They have set the vote for next week. There you go. Up to the minute reporting from Bill Carlson and the JP Peterson Show. Thank you very much.
Yeah, break.
That's what we do. Alex from Florida says, JP, I'm getting worried about the documents still not being out from the Rays. We don't need any more delays. Is there an update from Babby on this? We got an update from Carlson, and not yet, expected tomorrow. How about that for up to second reporting? There you go. Emeka having turf toe would be a real big bummer for this team, says Aviation. Yeah, hate toe injuries with receivers. Not good with anybody. You need your big toe. You need your big toe. That's all
I always say. I'm going to get that tattooed to my back.
You need your Sergeant Hulka.
You need your.
He's our big toe. Oh God!
Nobody is going to get that reference, JP. Not one Peterman will understand where that comes from.
Oh no, I disagree. I think there'll be at least one.
Maybe John Hill.
I put out this other thing. You know what? I gotta download it and show it to you guys. Did you see the TV news anchor talking about the beaver?
Yes. I've played that 1,000 times on all of my other shows.
Is that old or no? Is that new?
No, it's fairly new. Yeah.
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 All right. If you have that, load it up for me.
Get it. Yeah. Sure.
We'll play it while you're still on the show because it's one of the best of all time.
It's out of Detroit.
I've had some
places.
I've had some cross-stock malaprops, as they call them, go wrong. But that one rivals the We Too Low one. You remember that one?
Yes.
But that one's just it's at first you can't laugh because it was a tragedy, but at some point you gotta laugh. That was hilarious.
Here, I got it now. If you want to hear it, you want to do it now?
This the Beaver? This the Frank Drebin? Nice Beaver. Thanks. Had it stuffed yesterday. What's that from? What's that from?
Naked Gun.
Naked Gun. All right, play it. Let's just play it.
Yeah, I don't know that you need an explanation for this other than this was
setup.
real and it was on TV.
If you can provide yourself with food, and again, they're ice fishing because everything is frozen, and you're looking for fat in the beaver.
Yeah,
the beaver is the beaver is most sought after.
It is.
The sport guy.
The beaver's the
Ryan, do you think you could eat beaver? It's fat and then it's meat.
Go to a one shot. Give me a one shot.
Made them all sick though. They all got sick after it.
Well, you can't eat diseased animals.
You can't eat diseased animals. You can't.
What about a moose?
Yeah.
Moose knuckle?
I don't know anything about this show,
Okay.
Dina, but you're really funny.
Okay.
You are a really funny gal.
Can
Go
you
from
eat
beaver to a moose knuckle.
Can you eat beaver?
Fat. It's the fat. You want to go for the fat in the beaver.
Fat of the beaver. Is it? Do you think I don't think she.
She had no idea.
She had no clue.
And I guarantee you, they told her after the show or at that break, and she was mortified. She seems like the kind of straight-laced, just proper and doesn't make jokes like that. And when they told her what that meant, I would love to have seen that reaction. It means what?
Hilarious.
And that dude on the right must be the sports announcer, the sportscaster.
That's how he can't hold it together whatsoever. Yeah. Rick says, Mr. Glazer Miyagi healed Vea's back. Vita-san, show me how you fill your wallet. Did I do that right? It's funny because yesterday when I was at practice, Joel Glazer walked by. And I was like, yo, Joel. Hey, we shook hands. I was actually doing a hit in Atlanta at the time. I said, sorry, I'm on the phone with Atlanta radio. You tell them they're finishing third this year. He just laughed. Probably had no idea what I was talking about. But he was there. Little did I know he was there to sign the check for Vita Vea. We did not know it at the time.
Yeah.
But he was there.
Joel Glazer doesn't go to all the practices?
Nah, rarely see them out there. It's too high. Come on, dog. Plus they can watch it from their window upstairs. Yeah.
Like where all the media should be.
Well, I'd like to be in that office. Yeah. They have a skiff there at $1, I'm told. One of these really super secret bunkers. It's hard to get into. It's got comms, that they can do secret meetings from Manchester United to Tampa to wherever that like uber secure, which is kind of cool.
Like a situation room.
Yeah. Kind of cool. Aviation says, I'm sure his back feels much better as of today. Yes, we were making sure of that. Yeah. Yes, all the fear mongering is dead today. Big V is back, says Eric. Is that Eric Roper or Erie Cropper? We never know.
I'm going to go with Eric Roper. Hey, any relation to Mr. Roper, the landlord from Three's Company?
Wow, we are doing all kinds of references today. Yeah, Mr. Roper. Oof.
Great Norman Fell.
Yeah. Who, of course, was his most famous role.
In Ocean's 11?
No.
When he was in a ton of stuff. I've seen him in episodes of Perry Mason.
Yeah, that's true. He was in a lot of stuff. I was thinking Who was I thinking of? Don Knotts.
Oh,
that
was Mr. Furley.
Mr. Furley.
That was
That's
the second
Mr.
landlord,
Furley.
yeah.
Yes, he was way funnier. Way funnier.
Funny. I liked him better as Mr. Furley than I did as on what was on I know what you're talking about, the stupid Andy Griffith show is what you were talking about, right?
Yeah. Eric says I look like Light's brother. Jason Light looks like
brother? Or does he actually have a brother that we know of?
Joe Bucks Fraud says BMO has risen. He has. We have life. We have a life. Joe Dabrowski says, I'm no fan of going backwards from pros to college. That feels like fraud. So let's get into this for a little bit. So Jack Pyburn, who had 2 sacks in his first NFL game, preseason game, and which equaled his sack total from LSU last year in 12 games. Interesting. So he sued the NCAA, and a bunch of other guys did, and got the 5th year of eligibility back for the 2022 class. Now, there's some big-time prospects in these classes that could really tilt the balance of power. A couple guys that could go back to Ole Miss, Pyburn to LSU.
Yeah.
I mean, these are not just, guys that could just go back and make a ripple. These are guys that could change who wins the national championship. Pyburn's not one of those guys, but these other guys are. I had some of their names here, but I went past that story. Anyway, the bottom line is and I think this is a very individual choice. First and foremost, the people that are losing their mind about this, you need to get a grip, okay? Listen, everybody is, if you're a college football fan, you're upset the way this is all turned out. It's a wild, wild west. I'm kind of past that. I'm past the absolute indignation of the chaos going on. I'm past that. We're all pissed off that college football has changed, and the people that have led this for the past 20 years into the ditch need to be called out. We'll do that at another time, but those people need to be called out because you screwed the whole thing up. And now we're having to clean up this mess, which you could have done, in increments and done it in a controlled way to get the players paid, to keep this portability from not going bananas, and keep a level playing field. But you were too greedy. You all went after your own self-interest, and this is what we get. So be that as it may, now we have players that have actually played in an NFL game who can be eligible to go back and play college football. And for me, it's like, listen, wherever you can make the most money, you should be able to go. You should be able to go until we can get some real rules that have guardrails on all this shit. You should be able to go, in my opinion.
Yep.
So I'm not going to be mad at the players or be mad at anybody. It's just, it is the way it is. So now you have organizations or different schools. Are they going to look at these players and say, how much am I going to pay them? And Jack Pyburn's in his situation. So I don't think he's going to make the 53 roster. I don't think he's impressed enough, and it's loaded right now. I just don't, but I think he can make the practice squad. And the practice squad, if you're on it every week, it's like $12,000 a week. So it's about $250, $260 for the season if you're there on the practice squad every game. If he makes the 53, which I don't think he would, it would be $800,000, to almost $900,000. So how much would he make going back to school? Would somebody pay him $500,000 to come back? Maybe, probably.
Is he worth that?
I don't know. I mean, who knows what guys are worth? But if you're one of these big time schools that has endless amounts of money and you just had an injury on the edge, yeah, maybe $500,000. Maybe. I don't know. But for me, I would much rather go back to college and play in front of 100,000 people on an SEC Saturday than be on the bench in street clothes watching an NFL game every weekend and practicing as, a tackling dummy. Not really, but you're really just going to be, and now listen, you'll be learning the NFL game. I get that, but you can do that next year when you come back. And I don't know, we were talking out there today about the logistics. I think what somebody said, you might have to pay the money back, or they would just, the Bucs would have your rights and you just come back next year in the same situation as an undrafted free agent and try to make the team. For me, I would much rather go back to college. than stay in the NFL. Are you kidding me? Go back to LSU. You don't really have to go to classes. Kids probably already graduated. I think Lenora Sellers is like, working at a golf course as an internship in his senior. He's not taking classes. So it's not like you got to go back to class. You could still work out all the time. You could still be football 24/7. These facilities in college are better than pros. You're making money and you're living the college lifestyle. I mean, come on. Old school, back to school. Let's go.
Like literally, what more could you ask for?
Really? I mean,
you're getting paid.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I would much rather be with my age group, enjoying the college lifestyle and playing football and playing in these big games. I mean, as opposed to being on a practice squad. And I heard a lot of people saying, "Oh, why would you want to go back to college?" Even, I'm like, why would you want to stay in the pros?
Yeah, why would you not?
It's way more business oriented. I always go back to had a discussion when I was covered Tim Duncan when he was at Wake Forest, and obviously he was going to be the number 1 draft pick, and he had actually took one season where he was eligible and went back to Wake Forest because he loved the college lifestyle. He wasn't ready to go to the pros. He loved playing college because he was playing in front of a packed house every night. He was going to go to some shitty NBA team at the time because it wasn't the Spurs. Yep. He was going to go to some bottom feeder, with 10,000, 5,000 people in the house, get his ass kicked every night.
Probably would have ruined his career.
Right. Probably would have ruined his career. So he stayed an extra year at Wake, played with Randolph Childress. I think they won the ACC that year, which Wake hadn't done it since like the 50s. And then it worked out really well because then he gets, Robinson gets hurt. The Spurs get the first round pick, and then he goes and wins 4 championships with the Spurs. So, but his point was
all-time player. I mean, he wouldn't have gotten that somewhere else.
And his point was, listen, if I have the choice of staying in college with my teammates and living the college life and doing that whole thing, and he wasn't even getting paid at that time, right? So I think kids would normally want to stay in college and develop their game if they had a choice. And now it's you actually could make more money in college. Yeah. Like Browning yesterday was laughing about Jalen Daniels because I think Jalen made more last year than he did in the pros.
Than Browning did.
Yeah. He's like, he told us all about the NIL. Like, I'm like, yeah, he made more money than you did last year.
It's probably more important to his team than Browning was too, though.
So I don't, you guys can get mad at the players. Oh, they shouldn't be allowed to come back. I'm like, we're past that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good luck to you. If I were Pyburn, I'd definitely head back to LSU. Hey, Lane Kiffin, I'm coming back. How much money you got for me? So I think it's interesting. What do you guys think?
Yeah, very interesting.
I think I
love it. I think it's great too, by the way. I think it's great.
Can you imagine, like, hey, by the way, maybe FSU has a little extra money floating around if you want to head back to, because these guys, by the way, Pyburn can go in the portal. He doesn't have to go back to LSU. All these guys can go in the portal. I think the injunction said they can go anywhere they want. They get 1 week in the portal.
Right.
So they're going to get paid.
And look, I love the fact that a college athlete, if you want to go pro, say you go pro a year early, right? And you get drafted into a horrible situation, as a lot of these guys do. Literally anybody that's drafted by the Cardinals, Browns, Jets, and you suck your first year or you hate it, dude, go back to college.
Yeah.
Go play another year and then get redrafted by somebody, I don't know how that works with the teams that own your rights and stuff, but I would think after a year or two, I don't know. I kind of like that idea, man.
I would. So there's 2 guys from Ole Miss. Let's see. 2 Daquan Wright starters, Xavier Harris and Wyatt Williams, all of whom signed with NFL teams this summer, are among a group of athletes who are granted a temporary restraining order to play one more season. Trio of former Rebels standouts joined 30 other athletes from a variety of sports who filed lawsuits in the NCAA in Louisiana State Court. A list of plaintiffs includes 16 football players who signed with NFL teams, including Wright, Williams, and former Oregon State running back Anthony Hankerson, another good one, who are currently listed on NFL rosters. And these guys have played in games. Former South Carolina safety DQ Smith, LSU linebacker Jack Pyburn, James Madison linebacker Trent Hedrick. Quote, courts across the country granting relief to ineligible athletes who already had every opportunity to compete in college sometimes without even having a hearing, are failing to appreciate the destabilizing effect their rulings are having on college sports.
Come on.
Said Tim Buckley, Senior VP of External Affairs for the NCAA. Like, you guys still have offices? Like, people are still getting paid? You're the most irrelevant people around.
Wow.
I guess they still run the basketball tournament, so they have some sway.
Well, and the other football tournaments, the FBS and whatever Division 2 and all that.
Yeah. So, I mean, good for them. Go make some money. I always felt it was kind of weird that guys, especially basketball, they would leave early, not get drafted, and then they couldn't go back. There's this, like, their team would love to have them play in college. They would love to have them back. They would play in front of packed stadiums, all that stuff, but they couldn't because of these stupid rules. So I think it's much better now. I think they should be able to go back and play in college. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Aviation says, I can't remember the last time a second-round pick has worked out for the Bucs. It's been a while. Joe D says the Senate and House need to pass Trump's bill for college sports and get something on a foothold. Please don't call it Trump's bill. Please don't do that.
It's not what it is.
You want to kill it? And then Josh Allen to FSU? Like, which one? I would love that. Either one of them. I don't. Michael LaRue says, I don't think the Bucs would add a second year and fully guarantee the whole contract. Vita didn't have much leverage. The Glazers must have realized they were getting killed by the fans and the media. I think there probably was part of that, but I think it was also just business. Eventually, this was going to get done. I don't know if they. There just wasn't a sense of urgency by either side for the first few weeks, and when it came down to it, we weren't going to trade him, and he didn't want to sit out. So just get it done. Find a compromise and get it done. Jimmy J. Voyager says, show up to city council and county commission Thursday to support the vote and then party at Kingmakers after. I think that's going to be a done deal. I got to talk to Mike Murphy about that today, but I think that's going to be a done deal. So now the county courthouse is downtown. So conceivably we could walk from the city to the county. It's probably about 3 or 4 blocks if I'm doing this correctly in my head. So, yeah, I'm down to that.
JP Scott is listening 15 minutes behind. He says he got the Sergeant Holker reference.
There you go.
All right. I stayed
Got to have your big toe. He's our big toe. Rick says JP's window to 4th grade eligibility just opened up again. Come on, little Johnny. Let's run it back. Oh, hell yeah. I'd go back. Hell yeah.
I would dominate 4th grade athletes.
Yeah, you would. Yeah. Yeah. I was, once I had to do the Mayday pole dance with Gina Shipe, that wrecked me.
Oh, Gina Shipe. Where is she these days?
I would go back to do the maypole dance with.
Gina Shipe's not there anymore, right?
Especially that one, that version of her. She probably wouldn't like the 4th grade version of Johnny Peterson either. Rick says, yeah, Vita's wearing those meta glasses. He recorded all you idiot reporters.
Yep. That would be great. I would love that footage.
I'd like to see that from his perspective.
Yeah.
Because some of those questions, man, it's you just want to, how many times, what I want is the bubble pop up in the glasses, like what he's actually thinking. That's the 5th time you've asked the same effing question. Because it was the same question, like at least 5 times.
Yeah.
I asked the question, being out there with the guys, and it was just the same question asked about 4 or 5 times in a different phrasing. God, I wish people would just kind of recognize, okay, somebody asked your question, move on to something else. Michael LaRue says Brandon Lau hit a walk-off home run yesterday. Mason Montgomery is also the Pirates' closer now. He has 82 Ks in 50 innings. Jacob Melton must be one hell of a player. I don't know because I haven't seen him. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, I'm going to run down all the changes on the Rays roster, and I'll have you an update on Jacob Melton as well. It was a great Very nicely timed comment, Michael.
Where's Christopher Morel when you need him?
Oh,
your nemesis.
My nemesis. How'd that work out for Itzhak Paredes? How'd that work out? That's a good. Well, we opened up third base for Junior, but
there
could we have done a little bit better? I think so. Hey, we're brought to you by the great folks at the Golden Diamond Source. Say you do all over again by upgrading that ring. If you bought it at the Golden Diamond Source in the first place, you could bring it back for full value and upgrade to a bigger and better diamond. That's their diamond savings account. Nobody else does that. But even if you have another ring, you can bring that in. They'll give you money for that as well. Bring in your old gold jewelry. They'll do that. And then you can upgrade and buy something different. Great idea, right? They have 0% financing. They have the greatest sales folks there. You walk in, it's a beautiful place. Smells terrific. They'll offer you a drink and all the bling that's there. It's just fun. It's like going to a jewelry superstore. It's like a theme park over there. And you can buy some really, really cool stuff. So check it out. It's the Golden Diamond Source, 3800 Ulmerton Road, just across the bridge from Tampa. And tell them JP sent you. Back in 3 with a Rays update. Hey, Tampa Bay, it's time to get your AC unit ready for summer. And here at Third Generation Plumbing and Mechanical, we recommend getting ahead of the game, keeping your family cool before the hot summer months with one of our maintenance agreements in the hopes of avoiding the dreaded emergency service call. Our maintenance agreements include, we'll test the electrical components, check and tighten high and low voltage wire connections. We'll check the refrigerant for manufacturer's performance levels, test thermostats, calibrate if needed, clean the evaporator coil and condenser coil, and clear and treat the drain line and drain pans. Just call us at 813-961-8024 for the special rates, and a human will actually answer. 813-961-8024 or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Brought to you by the great folks at Third Generation Plumbing. They also do AC. along with American Standard Heating and Cooling. They are your dynamic duo for your HVAC needs. They also have the maintenance special. $169 gets you 2 visits annually. That means every year, kids. And they'll come out, clean out your drain pipe, make sure everything's working great. Yeah, that's what it means. So go over to thirdgenerationplumbing.com. You can email them. You can also call them from the website and say, hey, JP told me to get the maintenance special, so come on out and do me. I mean, my unit. I mean, get the maintenance special at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Can you eat beaver? I don't know. They are cute animals, though. They really are. All right. Update on the documents from Bill Carlson. He actually just tweeted this out. So he made a motion to schedule a CRA meeting or CRA vote for next week, which essentially is a placeholder to vote on the deal. And he also asked for the CRA attorney to appear and draw up documents for the changes in this CRA that the Rays have agreed to get this deal done. So basically, they're going to vote on the deal with the new CRA funding and then get the contingent upon them getting the CRAs changed, which nobody really has a problem with. So again, it's going through. It's going through. We'll have more clarity probably tomorrow when we get the documents. And then Monday, we'll really know what's going on. So we'll dig into that. But again, fear not, kids. This is get it done. All right, back to your comments. Diana Rossini knows all about working. She ended up scooping the market for Vrabel. She did indeed. She'll go down in any depth for a story, says Rick, especially a hot tub. You guys are good. Aviation says there's some deep doo-doo coming out about my guy, Jeff Passan. Well, I asked AI about that, and it's fake story. Fake story. There was a story out there about a federal investigation into the Dodgers' finances that have been covered up, and the DOJ, and Passan was covering it up because he had direct knowledge of it, and the DOJ was investigating him. It's fake. It's another fake story. There's some tangential stuff going on with federal investigations and blah, 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 but we're not getting into any of that. But just so you know, that is fake. God, I hate those fake stories. They're such a pain in the ass these days. And, the social media people should do a better job of getting rid of that stuff. I mean, they sanction people for stupid stuff, for stuff like that. There was somebody who put up a post the other day that Joe Madden was dead. Stop it. Stop that stuff. Danny Boy says, good morning, gentlemen, for Florida Politics. And this is breaking about 7 minutes ago. Special meeting of the CRA, August 27th. Yep. We broke that ourselves at the top of the show, Danny. So there you go. Rick says the Pony Express got pulled over by ICE trying to deliver documents to Charlie. Keep an eye on it. If you see the covered wagon show up at Charlie's house, we know the docs are in. If the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria show up at Port Tampa with the documents, Charlie will be there waiting. I was waiting for you guys to come back. It's been a while. Danny Boy says, per Mendoza, the first domino towards approval of the Rays baseball deal has fallen. The Tampa CRA has scheduled a special meeting for Thursday of next week. All right. We had that at the top. Thank you, Thomas, for that as well. Confirming. Yeah, then we'll hopefully Hagen will hit me up during the show and tell me when the county's going to vote. That'll be fun. We'll just be reporting that stuff right here on the air, baby, like we did last week. All right, what else? This is all old news. But so is the Jeff Passan stuff. Kurt Thorson says Rays need to get that document out ASAP in a sign of good faith. It's not like they're trying to hold it back, Kurt. It's just a lot of stuff. And I know Carlson wants the public to look at the documents. I'm kind of iffy on that. The people voting on it need the documents. That's who needs the documents. The public won't even know what they're reading. And I'm one of them. So you guys are supposed to know what's going on with that stuff, or at least have attorneys there to explain it to you. And when the documents come out, we'll do what we can on Monday, or if it's tomorrow, to got to give you a feel of what it's all about. I think we have a pretty good grasp of it, but we'll see. Alex from Florida says, every day they say the documents are coming out tomorrow. What gives? Gives me PTSD. It's complicated. It's a lot of stuff in there. All right. Yeah, Danny Boy got the reference. Police squad. Yes. Lieutenant Frank Drebin. Nice beaver. And who was it that said, thanks, I had it stuffed yesterday? The actress. Name the actress. Was married to a famous dude. Nice ode to Chris Thomas. Yeah, I used to have that drop all the time. Absolutely. Police squad, Naked Gun. Great quotes. Rick says, Mr. Furley inspired JP's love of ascots. I've never wanted an ascot in my entire life, you ascot. Never. Joe D says the NIL is too much. It's all mercenary now. Welcome to, and that's the problem, Joe. It was always a business. It was always a business, except the labor wasn't getting paid. And I always asked myself, how long will this farce go on? How long will this farce go on? Ridiculous. What else we got here? Any info on Jalen Daniels getting QB2, says Coleman. I think we kind of broke that story. We certainly got it out in the press conference yesterday. Because my take on that was totally off, to be quite honest, earlier in the week. I kind of missed on that one. I just didn't realize, frankly, how much the people in the building love Jalen Daniels. Now, what we've seen, I just was not impressed with him early on in OTAs. I thought he was very inaccurate. And his mechanics were wacky. He just didn't look like an NFL quarterback, but he's really, really, in the past 3 months, changed all that and really kind of used that coaching. And he's getting great coaching. TJ Yates, former NFL quarterback, Zach Robinson's former NFL quarterback, the other guy, Whitner, the guy from Indiana, they're working with. They got some great tutelage, and they're really turning this guy into one hell of a quarterback. So we'll see. And I think there's also a little bit of Jake Browning being underwhelming. I think they believe they were getting something better than what they're getting. So it's open. But we're not going to, there's not going to be a daily story on it, except let's see what, this is what makes the preseason games worth watching. Again, I mentioned this earlier in the show, just to embellish a little bit, to use that word again. I was watching the Ronde Barber show, and he had Gruden on yesterday, and they were talking about how they're going to handle this play-by-play thing that's coming up on Saturday night. They're going to be calling the Bucs Chiefs game. And I don't think there's going to be a traditional play-by-play. I think this is going to be just Gruden and Ronde watching the game and not a traditional play-by-play. Because Gruden even kind of said, and I think Ronde kind of agreed with him, maybe we're just changing the way people watch football. That there might not be a play-by-play guy. Listen, I think watching a football game with a good play-by-play guy is a must. I think it's part of the rhythm of the game, the cadence of the game. Because we have the other part of that is Peyton and Eli. Like that, we already have that. Watching Monday Night Football with those two guys, and they bring guests on, which I like. I flip back and forth all the time, depending on who the guest is. I don't think it's absolutely necessary, but I just think for the most part, I want to watch a game with a play-by-play guy and at least have the option to go back and forth. Is that fair? But I'm looking forward to it big time. So I don't think Gruden's going to try to be a play-by-play guy or Ronde. So, and I think that's the right call because it's not easy, and it's not if you're not used to doing it, it's just not easy. Tampa guy says, every time I call it a game, you call it a business. Every time I call it a business, you call it a game. I get that. That's the way the owners want it. They want you to be emotionally attached to your team and a game and be a sporting event, but it's also, you have to understand it is a business. And to separate like college and pro, college it's collegiate, right? It's just, hey, our team's going to play your team. And, I said, you think back how this all started, right? Oh, Florida State has a football team. Oh, Florida has a football team. Let's meet in Lake City and play football. Oh, hey, you know what? I'm going to bring drinks and food. Yeah, you bring drinks and food. Yeah, and everybody's going to get there. You know what? We need seats now. Right? Yeah, because there's a lot of people showing up. And now this is what it's become. Yeah, there's a guy down the street that's really good. Let's get him to play for us. I would have given him $20. He'll buy. Yeah, probably. This is what it's become. It's what it's evolved into. That's how it all started, folks. TJC says, it's weird how they were able to give Vita Vea a raise this year, eh? Almost like give a raise to your quarterback in your offer and see what happens. Yeah, there's a sense that Baker is next. In fact, we asked Vita about that. We'll play some more of that after the break here. I'm going to get through some of the comments. Yeah. Mason McKinney says, R.I.P. Orlando, would rather be a dream finder than just a dreamer. Raise up. Yeah, there you go. Again, one of those stories that we tried to tell you from the very beginning is not a story. Orlando was never getting a Major League Baseball team. They were not getting the raise. Okay, they were leverage to get the deal done. That's the way this always works. Yeah. Travis says, stop with the ads. Sorry, dog. I got to get paid. Do you get paid? We try to keep them at a minimum, but it's just part of the deal. It's not like it's 9-minute stop sets like at your local radio station or 27 minutes of every hour. Play that game. You get in the car, turn on local sports radio or any radio station for that matter, and how many times it's in commercial and how long it lasts. They're 9-minute sets. I've timed them. Not recently, but yeah. So that's how much they have to do that because they have this huge overhead. And and they don't have money left to pay the talent either. So yeah, we have to have some ads. It's 6 to 8 minutes. No, 6 to 7 minutes an hour, if that. So sorry, buddy. That's the way it is. And you can watch the replay and fast forward through them or the podcast. So there you go. Nathan says, hey, JP, what's your plans for Saturday? What do you want me to stop by your tailgate party in the preseason? What are you promising? What do you got? I'm going to try to stop by. See, Saturday. We'll see how Saturday goes. Bill Carlson just said on Twitter that the Rays must release documents by 5 p.m. Friday if they want to have the council discuss on August 27th. Okay. Priscilla Presley is correct, Joe D. She is the one who said, thanks. I had it stuffed yesterday. You are correct. We're playing movie trivia today. Joe D says, yeah, that's true. It was all a farce. They tried to pretend for too long, sort of related to all the gambling that's now wide open. Yeah, this is true. All right, let me get to some more of the Vita Vea before we hit the break, because he was good today in his glasses as he strolls in. The big man strolled in with his flip-flops and his sunglasses on. Coolest brother in the room, always. All right, here's more Vita Vea.
Yeah, that's the end goal, but I feel great. You know, I've been doing this for 9 years now, so you kind of understand what to do. So,
season opener.
I feel like the callus of hitting people is still there. I feel like it never really leaves. It's in you. But I've been in good shape. I have a good team surrounding around me, so I feel like I'm ready to go, good to go. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know the plan yet. We'll still be able to discuss that over the next few days and figure it out from there.
Vita, you've been off to the side and watching this defensive line room. What have you seen from Elijah Cansey? And it seems like Bowles has talked about him stepping up as a leader. You lost Levante David on that side. You see that coming out with Cansey?
Elijah's always been that guy since day one, since he's been here. He's always been. That's what's always surprised me about him. He's always been as good as he is as a player. He's always been that vocal guy in the room, which you don't really get from a bunch of young guys. But he's always been the voice in our room and making sure to communicate. And I think he picked up a lot of things over the few years that's helped him out in his game today. So it's definitely exciting to see what he has in store for him in the future. I think he has the roof is the sky's the ceiling for him. So I'm just excited to see him ball out this year.
Elijah gave you a high five when you came out onto the field this morning. A couple coaches were dapping you up. Just talk about what they were saying to you, how happy they are to have you back in the fold.
Yeah, I got a bunch of congratulations this morning. That's all it was. It feels good to feel the love from everybody. Sometimes you want to feel wanted, so to feel that love just.
There was a number of defensive tackles that got new contracts, and the money for that position went up. Obviously, that's why you're standing here today. How good is it to see that position recognized that way throughout the league with the stuff that you've been able to do as well?
It feels really good to get that recognition, especially hats off to those guys. They're hell of a players. But it's just in today's game. It's just I feel like a lot of the work we do a lot of dirty work. So
yeah,
it feels good to get recognized for it.
Vita, how important was it for you to be out there during this entire process with the guys?
Say it again, start over.
How important was it for you to be out there during this entire process? Where was that priority for you?
That was really important for me because obviously, one, I know the defense. I've been in this defense, 8 years now. So I think it was good for me to be able to get some more recall on it, but also be able to help the new guys on the front and be able to teach them the nuances and stuff that they don't really know about the defense. So little details and stuff that go a long way that I've learned over the years and was able to figure out in this defense that to be able to share that knowledge with them and be here. I felt like it was important to me to be there for them and to be able to help them out that way and also learn from them, from what they're seeing out there and what they're doing, just watching them. I feel like we're always a student of the game, so you can never, I feel like you always got to be humble and be willing to learn, no matter how long you play in this league.
What was that like for you? Because you love playing football and you also love your teammates. You're always pouring yourself into helping them, but to not physically participate because of the business side of things.
During this whole process, there's definitely highs and lows. But some days are harder than others. But that's what you have your teammates here for. They were here. They had my back the whole time. So it was good to be here for them, and it was good for me to have them knowing they had my back.
Benjamin Morrison, we talked with him earlier, and he said that you really helped him during his journey. What advice did you give him, and how have you guys kind of become close?
BMO, he's dealt with a lot in the past year or so, and as an older guy in this league, you look at this game, it's like no one's going to leave this game unscathed. So everybody deals with injuries. So it's just you understand the process of everything. So being able to see and understand what he's going through, I think just being there for someone like that and just trying to help him out through this process, I feel like speaks volume. So I think I'm just trying to be there for my teammates and be able to give them a path to help them be the best they could be.
Speak about negotiations right there, but you have probably a better idea of what Baker is going through right now than anybody because he's trying to get a new contract.
Baker's the heart and soul of this team. You see the energy he brings on game day. So, we feed off of that too, not only the offense. So, I hope things get figured out with him. I know we will all love to have him. Everybody loves Baker. And just, that's something that you wish to have on your side on game day.
Do you have a thought, Vita, on what went wrong last season and what will be the biggest positive difference this year?
There's a bunch of stuff. I feel like, kind of want to set the record straight. I feel like there's a lot of stuff going about on Bowles. I feel like none of it is Bowles' fault. And I feel like we all love Bowles. You can ask every player in the locker room. So that's one thing I want to set the record straight as. we all love Bowles. It's not what he's doing. You know, he's telling us what to do. He's giving us all the answers to the test, and it's on us players to be able to go out there and execute what he's telling us to do. So he's always putting us in the best position to play. So that's one of the main things, just being able to take coaching and in that light. So if anything is on, blame us players for not executing. Bowles always puts us in the best position to win games. I even told Bowles, it was like, the day he retires, the day I retire.
Baker has said during his own negotiations that the length of contract was really important to him. When it comes to the negotiations that you had with the team, obviously there are a lot of different things that go into that. What was your biggest priority? You only got 1 extra year on the extension. Was length a little less important to you, so much as being recognized in terms of the APY as one of the 5 best defensive tackles in the NFL?
You know, you love to get, it's just one of those things, you love to get compensated and feel that your work is appreciated. Obviously, in this league, the market goes up, and that's what happened. So we just had to work some things out, and we ended up getting a result.
Specifically, what have you seen from Ruben Bain, and what do you think he can bring to this defense?
Shoot, Ruben's a complete pro. You just see it day in and day out. I think there's videos of him. You see him out there by himself, but he does a lot more behind the scenes when nobody's around. And just seeing how he carries himself, you don't really see that in a bunch of young guys. So just seeing the hunger and determination in his eyes, it's good to have on your side. And just he already knows so much of the game. So just talking to him about football, that's the least of my worries about him. So I feel like he has so much upside, and we're glad to have him. And I feel like everybody who passed up on him on the draft made a mistake.
What have you noticed from D-line coach Marcus West and what he's?
There's Vita Vea right there. You heard a lot from Vita, passionate defensive Todd Bowles, which I thought was really interesting because clearly the players hear it, you know, from the fans. That's not surprising. And then Baker, of course, getting his deal done, called him the heart and soul of the team. In case you didn't know, coming from Vita Vea. So does this clear the way to get Baker's deal done? I don't know. They're very different deals, in my opinion. But I think the sympathy or the strategy is certainly the same. You know, he's a cornerstone of your organization, and those guys, in my opinion, need to be given long-term contracts for not only sending a great signal to the locker room that you guys do the right things, you play your ass off, you commit to the organization, we're going to reward you. I think that's the most important thing. And I think also you can say all you want about Baker. He's always going to play best with a chip on his shoulder. I think he would play best being loved and committed to, you know, which is never really happened for Baker. And, he wants to be part of this community long-term. Why wouldn't you, you can franchise him. I get it. But in the end, how much money are you really saving? And you're really costing yourself flexibility in the salary cap to get other deals done by doing the franchise tag thing. I don't think it's a great play, but I think the Bucs are probably weighing those options right now of what's best for the team. All right, we'll do one more break. We'll come back on the other side. We'll play a little Cam Johnson for you. Also get to those Rays updates on the moves that they made. By the way, they're down 1-0. Okamoto with a solo home run off of Seymour, about a 415-foot shot on a hanging slider. So the Rays are down 1-0 as they head to the bottom of the second inning, I believe. All right, back in 3 with Ray Stuff. Hey, Tampa Bay, it's time to get your AC unit ready for summer. And here at Third Generation Plumbing and Mechanical, we recommend getting ahead of the game, keeping your family cool before the hot summer months with one of our maintenance agreements in the hopes of avoiding the dreaded emergency service call. Our maintenance agreements include, we'll test the electrical components, check and tighten high and low voltage wire connections. We'll check the refrigerant for manufacturer's performance levels, test thermostats, calibrate if needed,
clean the evaporator coil and condenser coil, and clear and treat the drain line and drain pans. Just call us at 813-961-8024 for the special rates, and a human will actually answer. 813-961-8024 or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com. From I do to I still do, the Golden Diamond Source is there for you at every special moment in your lives. Yes, I went shopping there for my engagement ring, and it's not actually family, but it sure feels like family with Julie and Steve Weintraub, great philanthropists here in the Tampa Bay area. They've been doing this business for over 40 years. Thousands of customers have bought that perfect ring at the Golden Diamond Source. No matter what your budget is, they will guide you through your first diamond purchase to upgrading your Golden Diamond Source diamond at 100% of its value for a bigger, better diamond. 100% of your diamond's value. You can't get that anywhere else. Enjoy their beautiful, relaxing bridal salon and select for the most extensive collection of diamond engagement rings anywhere. Wedding bands, anniversary rings, it's all there. Go see them at the Golden Diamond Source, 3800 Omerton Road, and please tell them JP sent you. Just over the bridge from Tampa Bay. It's the easiest place to shop for that perfect diamond. JP here for Genesis of Tampa, and as you know, I purchased a GV70, a 2023, about 3 months ago. Just had the service done, the valet service. They came here to the studio, picked up the car while I was doing the show, went and serviced it, brought it back like I never even knew it was gone. And if I needed it, they bring me a loaner as well. The service is absolutely incredible. The car, I've been driving it for a while, and I could not love it more. The performance, the luxury, the looks you get, it's pretty cool. It's a GV70. Right now, they have a lease starting at $329 for the GV70, at $369 for the bigger GV80. You've got to go test drive these cars, folks. I'm telling you, the value that you get for the money, it feels like the absolute top of the line, and it is, but it's a fraction of the cost. You got to go test drive them. Tell them JP sent you. 801 East Bears Avenue, just off of 275. You will not regret it. Genesis of Tampa. Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here as we roll on. Brought to you by the great folks at Riveters. We haven't talked about Riveters today. Always happy hour when the Rays are playing at Riveters. So right now, while the Rays are playing, you could go to Riveters, get the $6 Tito, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas. You can get all the food specials as well. Get the Reuben for lunch. That went viral. Oh, it's absolutely unbelievable. 8 hours slow-cooked corned beef with the Swiss cheese, the Thousand Island dressing. Oh, absolutely fantastic. Or the prime rib tacos. That's a big one. So come on down to Riveters right there on South Del Mabry, just south of the stadium and just north of 275. North Del Mabry, actually. All right. The Rays, by the way, 6 up, 6 down for Shane Bieber. They're down 1-0. Okamoto with the home run. Last night, they get the big win with Rasmussen on the mound, 7-6. They were up 7-1, and then Ras got a little froggy, let him back in the game. But great job by Brian Baker to shut him down in the 8th. We got Tyler Wells came in, did a great job. Jesus Sanchez, by the way, thank you very much. Last night, the Blue Jays left fielder absolutely butchered Palacios pop-up with the bases loaded that scored 2 runs. That really cost them the game. He's not good, but thank you for butchering that one. Also tonight, last night, Yandy with a 2-run bomb, 420 feet. That was nicely done. It gave him a 2-0 lead. And Chandler Simpson with a bunt, run-scoring bunt. got an RBI on that. He's still hitting over 400 since the All-Star break. He's in the leadoff spot again tonight. Taylor Walls had a bunt last night as well. So nice group effort, little long ball, little small ball. They get the job done 7-6. All right, now here are the transactions for the Rays. Victor Mesa Jr., who's been really good in right field. That platoon with him and Valade has been absolutely sensational. You combine them, it's like all-star numbers. He went on the 10-day. They feel like it's going to be just 10 days, though. And he'll be back soon. Got a little left hamstring. And they bring up Kenny Piper, who is the AA catcher they brought up a couple of weeks ago. Made his debut. Really good defensively. Once again, Fortes today couldn't throw somebody out at second base. So Piper is really going to be more of a defensive replacement for just to kind of going up against teams that are really good at running, because our catchers are not really good at controlling the running game. So he'll be up. Cash said give him a little flexibility in that department late in games. And they recall Roycroft as Schultens goes down because he pitched 4 innings the other day. I don't get this. Guys, ERA is 7.27. He's given up 6 home runs in limited innings. He's terrible. The dude is terrible. I can't believe we don't have anybody better at Durham that we can bring up. But I guess we don't. So he's coming back. Melton, you think outfielder goes down. Great time to bring up Jacob Melton. He's been hurt, has a hamstring, so he's getting rehab right now going. So he's still a few weeks away. Same with Fraley, who had the double hernia surgery. He's a couple weeks away, so we couldn't bring him back. Sawinski, who we traded for at the deadline, has been terrible at AAA, and he's also got some injury situation as well, or maybe it's just he's bad. So none of those guys can come up and help right now, and we're just going to be a little short. So none of those transactions make you go, wow, this is good. Right now, they're just not going to be as good a team with those 2 additions. They need to find some offense. They need Jacob Melton right now. Now would be a great time for Jacob Melton to come up and give some punch with Victor Mesa. You would think that would be the perfect situation, but they can't keep these guys healthy for some reason. And again, so far, the Rays without a hit, they're down 1-0 as they play in the top of the 3rd. It's early. What else we want to get to? Let's go back to some of today's interviews. Okay, Cam Johnson, number 19, on the cusp of maybe making the team. Really, really good player. He was undrafted free agent last year. Not really big, but he went and got bigger because coaches said you got to be a better blocker, more willing blocker. So he added some weight. He's got some guns. Ain't no doubt about that. I also asked him who the fastest receiver is. I think that's in this particular clip. But number 19, Cam Johnson. Let's hear from him.
Cam, how's camp going for you? I know it's a battle. There's a lot of competition going on. How you feel you're doing?
I mean, every NFL organization has competition. I mean, everybody's in the NFL for a reason, so it's going to be competition every position. But it's been going real good. I mean, this by far been the hottest week, though. Jesus Christ. But it's been really good. It's been good to see everybody make plays out there. Everybody's, taking it serious, taking advantage of the opportunity because they know what's at stake. So we're trying to, everybody's coming together in one team, one sound, so it's going pretty good.
With some of the vets being out, you've gotten a lot of opportunity. How do you feel about it?
I'm excited. I mean, that's all the game of football is, though. It's just always next man up, I mean, the game we play, it's the greatest game ever, but it also physically taxing on us. So you just got to take advantage of the opportunity that's given to you.
What do you think of Danny Smith and how he operates the special teams?
Danny is a lunatic. But Danny is really good though. I mean, he has a way with things. He's really dialed into he's really dialed into improving this special teams unit from last year because we really struggled in that area. So I'm excited to work with Danny. Excited to see what he does for this organization.
Cam, what's the mentality as a returner? I mean, it's like a kamikaze drill for you every single time. What has to be your mentality in terms of contact and how you see it?
You gotta be fearless back there. You gotta be able just to, as soon as you get the ball, see where you're going immediately. You just gotta trust it. You gotta trust the guys that's blocking for you. You gotta trust that scheme's gonna work. You just gotta trust your ability. At the end of the day, it's God given, so just use what God has given you.
What's your first key once you've received, say, a punt return that you're trying to read off in terms of what you're doing?
Yeah. Usually I always start off with the alignment of the kicker, see if he's offset or if he's like behind the center, because that's usually tell where the ball's gonna go. Then I look at the releases of the gunners. You know, those are the first people down there. So as long as we hold them up, I got a chance. So if they go anywhere, I know where the ball's going. I just need them to hold it. That's all I say. I say, as long as you hold them 2 people up, I'm fine. That's all I need, someone just to get it started. So that's really the keys I look at.
And how do you handle keeping your eye on the ball and keep watching the gunners? Like, how does that work?
As soon as I hear the ball kick, I'm looking straight at the ball. I already got my keys from like if they held them up or not, because you see it right at the line of scrimmage. So if they didn't hold them up, you kind of got to tell on it. But you know, I got people saying on the sideline, you good. But sometimes I don't hear them, so you just really got to perif. But I'm really focused on the ball at the end of the day, so because that's the money maker, you know.
Hey Cam, is that just a part of your game that you feel like you want to get better from last season up to this season?
Yeah, just turning them on and turns into touchdowns.
You got to work with Jalen Daniels at QB as well as Connor Bays. Like, how are those two playing, and how are you getting along with the way they play the game?
Both of them are great. They're fun to be around. You know, they really take the game seriously. They both are different. They take different approach to the game. You know, Jalen's kind of more goofy, but he brings the energy. You know, Bays like more like silent killer. You know what I'm saying? But both play tremendous ball. Both throw a really catchable ball. So it's good to work with both of them. It's exciting to work with both of them.
Coming out of 20.
You heard Cam talking about the quarterbacks as well, and yes, that backup quarterback job is open with Jalen Daniels. We'll see this week. That's going to be a big part of watching the game on Saturday night with Gruden and Rondé doing it. And they talked about that on the Rondé show, that the job is open. And you know, Jalen is improved dramatically. And again, I think it's also about Browning not being as good. And if you watch the Browning interview we played for you yesterday, it's clear that he's feeling the heat. It was a very awkward interview, especially when we were asking about Jalen Daniels. So go check that out from yesterday's show. It's kind of a funny segment, but that's what, you know, watching this week is going to be all about. And we asked Bowles yesterday what the rotation is going to be for Saturday's game, and he's like, still to be determined. So, and Jalen had a nice run today, by the way. I didn't give you any camp highlights, did I? Jalen had a nice breakaway run for a touchdown. It's hard to tell from where our ankle is whether it went for a touchdown, but he ran all that way. Had a couple of good throws. I did not see a Ted Hurst incredible catch today, which is, I think, a first for me being out there. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. It's kind of hard to see at times, but did not see that happen. BMO was out there making some plays. Saw Zion McCullum make a couple plays today. Again, he's not going to play Saturday night, so we are still a little worried about where the corners are. No question about that. So what else? Any other highlights that I can remember from today? Not really. We couldn't see much. They've been kind of moving over on the other field and then putting all the players in front of them, so they must be getting some stuff done. All right, let me do one more Cam here. We had some fun with him talking about
who's blocking, obviously, because that's what will be my role on the offensive side, is to be that blocker. So that's really was it. So that's why I put on a little bit more muscle.
How much are you looking forward to Saturday? Just another preseason game to get back out there.
Any chance you get an opportunity to play the game, especially at this level, it's a blessing. So I'm really just out there I'm grateful, especially where I come from. I mean, it's a blessing just to be here. Just to be able to practice, be able to sit and play in that stadium, it's a blessing. So I'm just really excited for it.
Kevin, you had a really good route today on Aiden Garnes. It seemed like a little far away from us, but it seemed like it was 24.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Garnes as he's getting more opportunities and you go against him quite a bit?
He's good. I mean, he's a really good cover corner. You know, you can tell he's a smart corner too. So he knows the situation. He knows what to do. He knows what to expect. That's why he made that big play against the Jets, because usually third and long, they usually offenses try to get to the sticks. So he knew that. So he's a very good situationally smart corner. So he's going to be exciting to watch.
Who's the fastest receiver?
Fastest? It's got to be between me and Ted, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You tell me.
Ted can roll, but Ted can roll too, though. So
What about Houston?
Dennis? That's my guy. Houston, he only has one speed, and that's just full throttle, like pedal to the metal. Like Dennis works his tail off every day. Everybody in the building loves Dennis. Like he's amazing. So Dennis got some wheels too. So I mean, we all had a like race. I got money on me.
Coming to the scene, do you have any goals?
Yes. as a team, obviously, to get back in the playoffs, make a deep run, hopefully win the Super Bowl. But also, as personal, I'm trying to, be top 10 returner or top 5 returner. Try to get at least 5+ touchdowns in the return game this year, and do the best I can. Especially, and I'm gonna try to get like at least 5 tackles. It's hard as crap to tackle returning in this league. So that's my personal goals.
Cameron, you got Kenny Gainwell in here now, and he did a lot for the Steelers in the return game. Have you picked his brain a little bit on stuff?
Yeah, every time we do some kick returns, always back there talking about what you see and what you reading back there. Because he was with Danny last year, so obviously Danny's y'all know all about him. He's a tremendous talent, so he'll be a really good asset in the return game.
We saw you use a lot of different ways last year in the offense. Is Zach Robinson what was that too with the jet sweeps and different things that you can do out there?
Yeah, Z-Rod has done an amazing job so far. His offense, I talked to the defense last year. It was like they hate playing against the Atlanta Falcons because, they use so many different formations. So Z-Rod knows what he's doing. So I think Z-Rod is using my skill set differently that have been used. I'm really looking forward to working with Z-Rod. Obviously, the jet sweeps and, stretching the defense out. I'm very excited for Z-Rod.
Anything else? All right, thank you guys.
Jet sweeps for Cam Johnson. And remember that was such a big part of the offense when Liam Cohn was here, and we get to see more of that this year. Very excited about the Z-Rob offense. No question about it. All right. What else we got here? Still 1-0 Blue Jays, by the way. Browning sounded as comfortable yesterday in the press conference as Stu in front of the tip screen at Starbucks. Awkward. Very awkward. Those tip screens, though. Really? I mean, like everywhere. I mean, I hate to be that guy, but I don't mind tipping. But you got to do something to get a tip, don't you? Don't you? What do you guys do? Like Starbucks and places like that. You giving 20%? I don't know about that. Steve Sober says, JP, when are we going to get Baker done? What the F, Bucs? Yeah, I talked a little bit about this earlier. It's, the fact that they got Vita done is good, but it was such a different deal than Baker, I think. Because you're going to have to commit a lot more money, and you're going to have to put that money in escrow, which is something that the owners have to agree to, obviously. And it's money that they can't use to do other things like make money. It just sits there. So I would like to say yes. I think organizationally they want to get it done. Philosophically, maybe they're just too far apart. I mean, maybe Baker is demanding a 4th year guaranteed. I don't know. We don't know. It just doesn't, Baker's not, he's not that guy that's going to demand the most of the most, but I don't know. Again, I've said this many times. I would not play it the way the Bucs are playing it. And listen, Jason wants to have flexibility in the salary cap. He wants that. And moving forward, if you're going to be franchising guys, that's not good. Now, they could still have him play out this contract year, and then, just they've done it with many guys. You play your contract year, then we give you a little long-term deal. So get through this, and maybe this offseason we get the deal done. But again, he doesn't want to talk about it. Maybe we should stop talking about it and just let the season play out. Because I think they have a hell of a team. I've said this, and every time I watch them, and now that Vita's done, got that off the books, it's just time to go play. And you're going to have a great test week 1 with Joe Burrow and that offense. This defense, this new look defense is going to be tested in the best way. And I'm excited for it. We heard from Benjamin Morrison today. He's got to be healthy. That's a big deal for this team to have healthy corners. I'm not saying he's the best corner we got, but we're going to need more than 1 or 2. And we need Parrish. We need Zion to be good. We need BMO to be good and play. I love what we see in Aiden Guards. But he wasn't drafted for a reason. He's still a smaller guy. Doesn't play the run great. He's got to work on that. Really good cover guy. But I think he's still a couple of years away from being a really good rounded corner. Got all the cover skills, can do all that stuff, but he's got to be more physical in the run game and just be more physical. He's just got to get bigger. That's all there is to it. It's hard to play in the NFL, play corner against some of these huge receivers when you're, 6 foot, 175 or 180, maybe 180. So, yeah. As Rick likes to say, you can't spell jet sweep without JP. Damn right. One of my favorite plays out there. Where's the jet sweep? Good God's sakes. Steven says, what do you think our record will be this year? I got him at 10-7. 10-7, 9-8. It's a bowl season. We'll be hanging around 500. I think the roster's good, man. I think the roster's really good. But, I bring these numbers out all the time. Bowles, he just coaches a very conservative game and doesn't blow anybody out. When he has a chance to, he goes conservative. We saw that in the Jets game. We saw that, which they almost lost. We saw that in the Falcons game, which they did lose. But to Vita's point, listen, it's not all about Bowles. Guys got to go out and make plays. And, I think this roster is really good. But you got to go out and do it. And I'm excited to see what this defense is going to look like. Really am. Jimmy J. Voyager says, when is your goal to have another co-host? Love him, but I know he's phasing out. And Timmy, we shall see. We had somebody in mind. They backed out. So got a better offer. Shocking development. But we'll find somebody. If you haven't heard, Timmy's leaving the show September 1st. Our bigger fan stream sports. We got Dallas. We had Charlotte. That kind of went away a little bit, but we're going to get that back. We got Columbus as well. So we're building and we're trying to figure it out. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts in this business that we do. Tampa's been really, really good. We're very, very, we're profitable here. We're doing well. We're expanding. This is all good stuff. By the way, go to fanstreamsportstb.com. Our website is up and rolling. Our goal is to have that be your one-stop shop for all things Tampa Bay sports. And it is now because we cover all things Tampa Bay sports. And you can go there and get this show. All of our extra videos that we put out, all our shorts, the Big O show is there. So what we're doing and covering Tampa Bay sports, we do it every day. So you can go to that website and catch up every single day by watching this show, watching the Big O show, watching our clips. We're going to get more writings and more website articles for you. I'm going to be producing 3 or 4 articles a week. So go to FanStream Sports TB, bookmark that thing, and that you can also watch the show there as well if you want to go other places or watch any of the past shows. It's all there for you. So FanStream Sports TB, and that's what this is all about, to get it more Tampa Bay centric. Timmy was being kind of pulled in a million different directions, and he's producing a lot of different shows. So we wanted someone just dedicated to Tampa Bay so we could give you guys better coverage, more coverage. So that's what we're looking for. So, and Timmy will be back on from time to time. We'll have those guys on all the time. So they'll always be a part of the FanStream Sports family and FanStream Sports Tampa Bay. So all good. We're expanding. And by the way, if you have a business out there, nobody knows somebody who wants to support this program, you can email me, jp@thejppetersonshow.com. You can also go on our YouTube channel, FanStream Sports Tampa Bay, and become a member, like many of you have. Jimmy J. Voyager has become, Alejandro, all of you. And we'll do special membership things like what we're going to do next week with probably having a little party here for the stadium thing getting done at Kingmakers in the studio here. Maybe open up the studio, do a little live broadcast to bring everybody on, and anybody who's been part of this to come on over and have a drink, have a burger. We'll get the barbecue going and do a little celebration. That'll be a lot of fun. So look forward to that next week for the members. So go sign up, become a VIP member or just a Peterman. Either way, you get some benefits. All right. Anything else? Steve said we tank in the middle every season. Well, and that's not, as I've said, that's not an anomaly. It happens every year with this coaching staff, and especially it happened after the bye this year, which was bizarre. As I've said, Vita Vea says the players love Todd Bowles. Well, you get 2 weeks off, you get, Victory Mondays off. They get a lot of time off. He's a player's coach in that regard. He makes sure they get as much time off as possible. You can debate whether that works. It certainly didn't work after the bye week this year. They went south heavy. So like South Pole South. So, they're making tweaks and hopefully they'll be better this year. All right. We will be back tomorrow. We're going to have a Big O show for you tomorrow. Speaking of Big O, Big O show theme right there. We'll have a Big O show tomorrow, catching up on all things Raised. Best Raised podcast in the business, without question. If efforting Ken Hagan for tomorrow as this stadium saga continues, we're pretty damn close. So we'll see if we can get some folks on tomorrow to answer questions because the documents should be released by tomorrow. There's some things being negotiated with the county. So some substantial things, but they're going to get it done. They're going to get it done, and we'll get the documents tomorrow and have a vote on Thursday. We'll keep you updated on our socials, so if anything breaks, we will have it for you. Have a great day, everybody. Go Rays, go Bucs.